Hello, welcome to iansstudio. Let me take you on a tour of the studio and the setup post-lockdown. Right, let's start our tour outside. This is what will greet you outside the studio, the steps up to the main entrance, and usually my Mini will be parked outside so you'll know that I'm in there. So entering into the foyer, you've got my studio on this side, and if you look the other way, that's Rick's studio, but you want to come my way. So coming through the entrance hall, the first thing that you'll see here on the right hand side is our sanitation station. Basically antibacterial hand wash, so please clean your hands as you come into the studio. You'll also see here I've got a few spare masks in case you need them, but I'm asking people to bring their own rather than using mine, but I've got a couple of spares if necessary. Cloths and cleaning fluid there so that I can wipe down handles and make sure all the surfaces that you use are clean before you arrive. So moving into the main studio area, this is where you'll see the biggest change. You can see if I just sort of pan round, I've really pared back everything here. Gone is the red sofa. That's stored away in my office at the moment because I wanted surfaces that I can wipe down after people have been in here to make sure everything is safe as possible. Moving to the left of there is the new workstation. This is my work area, and here is where, if I'm tutoring, I will shoot tethered so that you can see the images on the screen rather than having to crowd round the back of the camera, so that we're able to maintain social distancing that way. Keeping on sort of turning round, the equipment rack, all the items to hand there for the shoot, lights in there, and of course the backgrounds. At the moment I've got the green screen set up because I'm going to be doing my live stream this evening. We come round, the step ladders stacked in the corner. Over on the effectively the equipment ledge, or what used to be the equipment ledge, all cables are hung up out of the way, and on top of there is a nice collection of Doctor Who figurines which have been making appearances on the weekly live stream recently. So then we have the table. That's effectively my tether table, where I place my camera when I'm tethered, and keeping it out of the way. Cable goes over the ceiling. And moving around back to these three chairs. And I just want to explain what's going on here. The way I've set that up means that I can get 3 photographers in on those chairs. They're not quite 2 meters apart, which means that you will need to wear a mask in the studio. My desk, again, is similar sort of distance apart, so I'll be wearing a mask. You can tell masks are mandatory here in the studio because even Shirley up on the shelf there, even she's wearing a mask. The exception to that will be for models, but only when they're on set. Let me take you to the next part of the studio and show you some of the changes there. Obviously, here's the kitchen area. Now, unfortunately, I can't offer drinks at the moment. The brewing up area is my office, as regulars here will know, and that's now out of bounds. And again, for COVID reasons, just to avoid that risk of contamination, cross-contamination, I'm not offering any drinks, not offering any biscuits either, sorry. So no bourbons, no custard creams, and definitely no Jaffa cakes. So if you do want something to eat or drink whilst you're here at the studio, do bring your own. Obviously the toilet area on the left, that's all been cleaned and spruced up. So let's just go into the changing room, and I want to show this because it's an important part of the steps that I've taken here. You can see at the back where I've stored a lot of things. I've put things in plastic boxes so that they're easy to wipe down. They're not all full yet. There's still a load of stuff in my office that needs sorting out. I've taken out of use a number of the chairs so that there's just the ones that you've seen in use, so that I know what needs wiping down, what needs cleaning at the end of any session. And over here we have a chair for models to use, and a table, and of course the mirrors as well. And round this side, rack. It used to have a load of outfits on that people could use. I've stored all those away in the suitcases for the time being, but I've left the rack there so that clients who may be doing fashion shoots have got somewhere to hang clothing. Models can hang their clothes up there during the shoot, and it's just one item to wipe down then at the end of every shoot. So that's the guided tour of the changing room. Let's go back out into the main area. And so as we come out into the main studio area again, just wanted to show you what the setup's like for my Sunday night live streams. I thought you might find this interesting. Well, here we have the camera pointing at the desk, and you can see the framing on here, that there's just a little bit of the desk on there, which is green screened into the brick wall. My setup here, the full desk. What you don't see on camera is all the wires and the gubbins on this side, and in particular the laptop up at the top, which is driving it all. And it's on there that I have the streaming software OBS, the main monitor for doing Lightroom tutorials. The iPad that you can see here, that has my PowerPoint slides on, and of course next to it the Doctor Who scene of the week. This time it's all from a John Pertwee story called The Three Doctors, where the third Doctor met his previous incarnations. So anyway, moving around, enough of my Doctor Who stuff. The other thing I just wanted to point out is up there. That's the router. Everything that you see on the live broadcasts goes through there. But the reason for showing it is because when the studio's in use, if you're here shooting and you need to get onto the internet, I have a guest network. So you can get online whilst you work. If you're doing a shoot for a client and they need to see the images straight away, you can send them over the internet whilst you're doing the shoot. And of course, coming around, my perspective on the site and what's going on is the desk, the monitors, and as you can see, I've got an advert up there for Rick's YouTube channel. Don't look at that, look at mine. No, actually, go and have a look at Rick's as well. It's all good stuff, and my thanks to Rick forever, as ever, for helping out with the live streams that I do. But I thought you'd like to see how the magic works behind the scenes on there, and at some point perhaps I'll show the software in action as well. So thanks for watching this. If you want to know more about how to hire the studio, what's going on here, pop over to my website, the link's down below, and we're open for business. Maximum 3 photographers, 1 tutor, that's me, and a model, I'm afraid, in terms of group shoots, but more of that coming up. And we can accommodate hires of a photographer with 1 model, no problem at all. And we've got procedures in place to mitigate as many of the risks as we can during this post-lockdown era of COVID. So until next time, or until I see you in the studio, keep making great photos.